Hi, so my name is Battletorn, and I'm going to be giving a critique of The Edge of the Mist. It's out of beta, it's currently live, and it's great. This is it. So as you can see, it's like a separate map. Um, it's really, really big, really fun. It's got a lot to do, a lot of new things, new NPCs, new technologies, like instead of running Doliacs from camps to towers or keeps, you have generators. Generates the supply. Really nice. It's also a lot of vertical terrain, a lot of vertical playability. So there's a lot of cliffs, there's a lot of drop-offs, a lot of places to die from falling, which makes people pay attention. You can't just, auto-run from place to place. And there's a lot of nice little touches too. When there's a lot of places where you fall down and you think there's no way to get up, there usually is a place to drop. Like I'll show you up here. And there's a lot of new NPCs. I kind of like them, kind of don't. Like these, I really don't like because their aggro range is gigantic, and I don't think players are used to having NPCs with that type of aggro range, and they're really really strong too. Um, Another thing I really really like is how there's different sections that are totally different. Um, like the desert area, the jungle area, and the snow area, all totally different. Totally different in that the here it's snowing, over there, it's all dry, and there's parts of it the buildings are unique. Like here you can see these Japanese style buildings are really cool, like the Japanese castles. And it's really nice how the jungles look all like ruins, but they're still really majestic, and these look more like human-esque, type desert buildings. Really cool. Like down here, like if you accidentally fall down here, and you think, oh no, how do I get back up? There's no way. Well, there's usually a way. Like I can't jump over that, but I can jump right over there, and I can go around the corner. It's really nice to have these small little things, you know, just in case that stuff happens. The gates, they are kind of boring. I really hate fighting in this area, just because when I walk in this area, you get this really nasty debuff right there, hypothermia. Movement speed decreased by 30%. That is just a lot. I really like how each of the sections have like their unique buff debuff. Um, in this section, they don't have their own buff per se, but they can go to the forge, and they can get 10% less damage to them if they go to the forge and they use it. Or we can take it and use that too. Um, Another thing is that the debuff here is boring. This is just a boring debuff. Movement speed decreased by 30%. It's just so huge, but so boring at the same time. Like, I really wish that it was something different. They went to a lot of trouble to give these really cool turrets around here that are really, really annoying. They don't do that much damage, but they can do these huge knockbacks. They don't have a debuff or buff for the Badlands. They just have these cool turrets, and that's nice because it's dynamic. You can change it, but you can't control it unless you take it over the key. But here it's just a debuff, gives minus 30%, and we have our own buff in the top left that gives us 100 health, like every second or few seconds, and that's kind of overpowered. The overgrowth buff is overpowered. I don't know. It also seems like a kind of a lazy buff to put in. Like, it doesn't make us overly unique. It just kind of just gives us another extra something. Another thing is that see this champion Kodan Claw? That comes because they have control of this shrine. And that's just, I don't know, it's kind of boring. Like over here, you go to the altar and you turn into an invulnerable spirit, and that you can just travel the entire map for like 2 minutes, completely invulnerable. But here, it's just someone's a champion. Doesn't do that much extra. Just kind of tank and spank them. Another thing is that there are things to do, but it seems like there's no end game objective. Like I'd really like to see a reason for taking a keep other than like getting rid of this annoying debuff or getting bags. Like I mean, it's the same problem they have in normal world versus world in that there's reasons to take things and to upgrade things and control things because you have a whole week of fighting two servers and you want to show the other servers that you're the best server. But here it's I don't really care if I win or lose. No one really does because there's no reward and there's no reason to win. But it's just fun because it's a fun map. And that's what I think Arena is relying on, is that this is a good, well-designed map so there doesn't need to be like intrinsic rewards for everything that they do. But end game, why do I want to play to win? Why don't I just karma trade? And that's what people are doing. I mean, this group right now, I think, is just going from one champion to another, maybe like some towers or whatever. They're just kind of mindless. I mean, I really like to see a direction. Like maybe every few minutes something like pops up on the map, like a dynamic event, and says like, oh no, green is going to gain this huge champion that's going to like go across the map and kill your tower unless you do something. Like back when the old orbs were in World vs. World, there was at least something that happened every now and then that changed the dynamic of the map, at least temporarily. It is not as static. Here the dynamics of the maps are just based on the players and not so much the map itself, which is fine. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like over time you're just going to be doing the same thing over and over, and you're going to get people burn out. And you're going to have the same problem you have in World vs. World, which people don't want to play because it's the same thing they've done 100,000 times. But the map itself is really well laid out. I really like the layout of the map. The only thing I would like is a like map itself. I mean, I'm not talking about like the geography. I think the geography is great, but I don't like the map. Like I can't. There's no like to see the 3D map here. It just doesn't work. I can't see what's underneath things from a 2D map, and that like a topographical map would make it really nice. I don't know why in the mini map or the main map I don't know. Like these sentries in the middle, they're underneath this. Like, why? I don't know. It makes it harder for newbies to learn the map, or for anyone to learn the map. And I don't know. It's just kind of a lack of polish with this map. Like to get to the keep. If I want to go to my keep, this waypoint is up because it's contested. I have to go from my spawn, and then I have to go on these bridges all the way around. So I would have to go all the way over here, all the way up and around to go there. Or actually, no, I have to go through this gate, I think, to go through there. And it just kind of makes it weird. It's sort of like a home Borderland map, in that when I say I'm spawning here and I go to Garrison, and I have to go up, and then go down and drop off these cliffs here. Like, that's just kind of weird how ArenaNet likes to lay out these. Like, why couldn't they just put a road that goes up like that, or like I get the same thing here. They have these skinny bridges, which are really easy to camp, by the way. You can camp at either ends and just farm, which I have done. And the map itself is laid out just the spawns are just really weird. Each spawn has two bridges, and that's nice, but it's, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a straightforward way to get to any keep, and that kind of makes it off-putting when you first start. Another thing is that there's a lot more loot in this map, a lot. So after you kill a champion, you get the champion loot bag, as usual. One of these. And that's fine, but then you also get another chest when you stay in the circle. You know, and I'll show you the next time we take something. But it's just kind of odd that there's double rewards. Like, I'd rather just have credit for just kind of like in one basket, so to say. But I rarely see people contest circles when they're so tiny, and it's basically just big blobs like these that are just taking things. It's the only thing people really contest are keeps. Maybe some towers. This is kind of a boring map right now. Nothing's going on. But yeah, it's a really nice laid out map, but it's just not as clear as it could be. And I wish it was easier to join other overflows. I really want a drop-down menu like there is for PvP. Like, I can see all the servers for PvP, you know, like hot joins. It's basically what this is a WW hot join. But I can't really... If I want to find a good overflow, like say I'm in one right now without a commander, if I want to join another one, I have to leave this map and then go to another. Or sorry, I mean go leave the map and then go back to the Edge of Mist, and it might put me in the new overflow if this one's full. If it's not full, I'll just go right back to this one. But if I'm in a party, then I would have to leave the party in order to not be stuck with my party, because if my party is still in this overflow, I would automatically be placed into that. So that's nice if you want to join a friend in overflow. You just, you know, invite them or join on their party, and then hop on their overflow. And you just join the Edge of the Mist, or you can right click their name and click join. It's really easy, but it's just kind of a, I don't know, it just doesn't feel clean. Like the new interface here is really nice, but it's limited. I can't see the different Edge of the Mist servers. I mean, I don't really get the point. Anyways, that's my critique. Overall, I think it's good. Actually, one more thing. I want to say that it's not... I wish there was more balance to it. Like, I really would like to see some more balance. Like here, there's a workshop, which you can turn into a mechanical dredge devourer, which is basically a siege weapon, right? And it's not as powerful as catapult, but it's pretty darn close. I think you do like 2,000 damage to walls, and you can attack walls or gates. So you can just take a Zerg there, turn into them, and then just take the keep in like 3 minutes. It's really easy, and that's just kind of weird, because over here you take the code in and, you know, like someone's a champion. It just kind of like wanders, I guess. And over here you take this and you get like 10% less damage. That's totally different from that. And over here there's a really cool thing, it's the worm tunnel. And there's a worm tunnel and on each side of the map. I forget specifically where on the east side, but it's a really cool mechanic in that you can go through the worm tunnel and it gets you to the other side. So it's really nice to get your army, like if I'm on the red side, if I want to get rallied up to the blue side, I can just go through the worm tunnel really fast. And that's great. I mean, it's not that close because it's still down here, but whatever. It's nice. I just wish it was more balanced. I mean, I don't like how the Kodan plates is kind of just screwed. They just have like a really annoying debuff. Right now it's 20% debuff on slow movement because we have one shrine, but instead of the normal 30. It's okay, but since the points don't matter, I don't really care about the balance that much anyways. But yeah, so those are my thoughts. That's my critique. Overall it's good, but it could use some work. Alright, well, have fun. See ya.